Good afternoon, everyone, to the first webinar from ScentXP. We're going to take just 1 minute because I've seen that there's a lot of people coming in. So we want to make sure that everyone is ready to enjoy the webinar. So bear with us. On the meantime, just a little bit about me. I'm Jose Maria Encinas, the New Technologies Business Development Director, and I've been working at ScentXP for a long time now. So before we move into what's going to be the webinar from today, just a quick snapshot of what are we gonna going through. So we're gonna explore the consumer point of view, which we are experts on. We're gonna share with you what's our essence, and we're gonna deep dive in the chapter number 1, which is one of our solutions called Fragrance Library. But before we do that, what if I ask you how was your latest experience while shopping fragrances? Would this image resonate to you? You know, this feeling of what am I doing? How complicated it is? It's what we call the feeling. We know a lot about consumers and we know how they can feel when they are trying to buy fragrances, especially online, but also it applies to the point of sale. Things like, okay, it's really hard to get an expert advice, or it's hard to buy a fragrance online because I haven't bought it before and I cannot smell it. Or if they only throw a perfume at me, that it's not what I'm actually looking for. So don't worry about it because we know what we're doing and we have a solution for this. All in all, we know that consumers face this, and it's what we call the paradox of choice. We know that people get confused, too many things to choose from, and most of the times you don't have the information to make a real decision. So, who are we? We are ScentXP. We are a tech solution company with the ultimate goal on helping retailers boost their conversion. We have built a technology ecosystem that creates digital experiences to allow your consumers find what they're looking for. All in all, what we do is we supercharge your beauty teams and your websites with scent knowledge. And that's really important because we've been lots and lots of years doing this. And what can we find better for you to know what we are and what we do? Let's explore a 6-second video where you're going to be able to see our portfolio of solutions, although you're not going to see all the details about them today, but you will in incoming sessions. It will give you a great snapshot of what we are doing. as you can see, although today we're going to focus on an online part, we also have hardware to ensure that our consumers find what they're looking for at the point of sale. And if you only had to remember one thing, it would be this. We have an ecosystem of scent technologies that go from online to offline, but always with an omni-challenge perspective. And all of this always while gathering data to help make decisions based on it. So let's deep dive into one of our technologies, Fragrance Library, which I'm sure that you've heard a little bit about it, but we're going to deep dive on why we made this, where it comes from, and how it's easy to integrate for you. So if I was to tell you, okay, scroll and go into a website, you will see that in most of them, we can see a lot of information about the pack shot, about the sizes, but rarely we see anything about the ingredients that this fragrance has. As you can see here in the example for channel number 5, we have the bottle, which is beautiful, but there's nothing about the fragrance, which ingredients, which proportion of those ingredients. So it's really, really, really difficult for new consumers to understand what they're actually buying. Don't worry, we know that it's a painful reality, but we got the solution for it. And what the solution we made is what we call the Fragrance Library, which basically it will allow seeing this product page, but having information about the ingredients that this perfume contains, the proportion of those ingredients. You have deep dive on the ingredients origins. Also, you can see what's the olfactory family, what's the classification they have, who's the perfumist, and lots of information about that fragrance in particular. With this, we know that when consumers know what they're looking for, when the consumers understand what they're looking for, they're willing to spend more. So all in all, it helps boosting your conversion and increasing your average basket. So imagine that you have a product page that looks like this, and you could turn it into this. Can you tell the difference? I'm pretty sure you do. Pack shot, big pack shot, all standardized. The ingredients here on the side, which we can see how they evolve with time. So that's something that we have that is unique in the world, which allows consumers not only seeing what the ingredients are, but also how those ingredients evolve through time. Because as fragrance lovers as you are, you know that a fragrance doesn't smell the same the moment I spray it on my skin as it will do 1 hour, 2 hours, 6 hours, or 12 hours later. It goes from the top notes to the base notes, which is what stays on your skin. So we can also show that to customers so they don't feel this frustration. Things like, oh, this fragrance doesn't smell the same way it smelled when I sprayed it in the store. And the reason behind is because the ingredients evolve, as you can see here, beautifully represented. But not only this, also, you're looking for a fragrance, you found this one that you love, but we have the capability of allowing your consumers understand which fragrances that are similar to the ones that they are seeing based on the ingredients are to be found in your website. So that it makes the life extremely, extremely easy. It's not only based on product or brand, it's based on ingredients that the fragrance contains, which is extremely important for them. So in this case, I found a fragrance that has bergamot, so it will show me fragrances that have bergamot underneath, so I can also click on them and see which other ingredients are within those fragrances. And just to highlight, and just to make sure that it's clear for you all, what the Fragrance Library does is enhances your product pages. It doesn't mean that it replaces the information you currently have. That's extremely important. Here, it's a mock-up that we have in particular, but you could add this information wherever you feel like in your website. It doesn't have to be this layout. I repeat this because it's a question that we get asked a lot. Oh, it's going to change my website. I'm going to change everything within it. No. Fragrance Library, it's conceived to enhance the information you have within your website. Never to make you modify the structure you currently have. Really important. But not only this, we know that younger generations, they really look forward to understanding the root of the ingredient. If I'm wearing something, I want to know where this ingredient is coming from. So with Fragrance Library, your consumers could understand perfectly where this ingredient is sourced, what's the most iconic fragrance that wears that ingredient, what are the best combinations that you can have with that ingredient in particular, and all the information you can imagine and more. Always in a standardized way to make sure that they understand exactly where they are. So, all in all, what the Fragrance Library provides you, it's a premium, seamless experience. It helps you classify your catalog in a visually and really appealing way. You know, all the pack shots, same size, not some with the outer box, some without. No, all they have a coherence, so it's really appealing to the eye. Also, what it does, it gives you automated features in your entire catalog real time. So you don't have to be worrying about, okay, I need to go fill a file, send it somewhere, and then have this information. But also, super important, it creates a universal language. No matter what a consumer is, in Asia, Africa, the States, doesn't matter. They can always see the same language. And that's really important because we know that some of the consumers are real travelers, and we want to make sure that they understand, they have the same language no matter where they are. But also, really, really, really important for you. It's not only that we make their life easier. It's not only that consumers understand what they're buying. It's not only that they find exactly what they want easier than they would do before. It's also that you gain valuable insights. So you can see real time what your consumers are doing, what they're looking for, what the most liked ingredients, what are the most liked fragrances. So then you can make decisions within your portfolio thanks to this valuable information. Now you may be wondering, wow, this is amazing, but I'm sure that it's extremely difficult for me to integrate it because, my IT team is super busy, or I don't even have an IT team and it's me doing this. So how hard this is? No worries. We know you. We know that it's really, really important that the solutions are easy to integrate. So we have two options for you. In the case of you being already a customer from the Shopify platform, we have one option, but also we have second option, which is via widgets, which is a code used to integrate into the website. Let's deep dive a little bit on how the Shopify process is. I'm sure that if you are a Shopify user, you know that they make our life really, really easy. So to integrate our solution, there are only 4 simple steps. First one, you have to download the app. Simple, as you would do on your phone. Second one, you choose a plan. We have different options depending on the features you want to integrate within your e-commerce. Third, you select the products you want to enhance via Fragrance Library. We give the option to consumers to enhance all of them, have a selection. We are really open on this. And fourth, you select the feature you want to show in your PDP. As I showed you a couple of slides before, we have a lot of features that can be integrated, but that doesn't mean that you have to do all or nothing. We also have the flexibility of you being able, for example, just to integrate the codification so consumers can see the ingredients, and you are not forced to integrate any other element. But if at a later stage you decide that you want to integrate another feature, you can do so equally. And really, really important, we know that Shopify provides, autonomous integration, but also depending on the level of expertise of consumers, we always offer support. So we're there for you. It's not like you download an app and we forget about you and good luck. No, we're always going to be there for you to assist you in any part of the process. And second way of integrating, it's what we call the widget, which again, 3 simple steps, a bit more technical, but also we made it in a way that it's really, really easy to integrate for the person that it's supposed to do this. First step, you have to send us your product feed, which we would provide you an Excel file or a template for you to fill in this information. So you have to send us your product feed via one of the formats. Second one is we will take this product feed, we will cross-check this feed with our 28,000 products database. We will make sure that we have all those products in your database. And in the strange case that we don't have your products within the database, then we will create those ones missing in a period between 2 to 3 weeks. You should be having those ones that are not created. In the case of those that are already on that database, the process is really, really quick. And once you have all that, so you send us the file, we've matched the products, and we also have created the ones that we did not have. Again, same process as we had in Shopify. You can select the features you want to integrate, and you will do that via web code. As you can see, really thought for you. We know that times matters. We know that when you're looking for a solution to enhance your website, what you want is simplicity. So we thought really, really carefully what's the process and how we can make your life easier. And if that wasn't enough, again, if you need us, we are here for you. Okay, we will never let you with a product having to try to find customer service and no one answers. Okay, our teams will be there to help you solve any issues, no matter if it's within the integration process or if it's afterwards once you're using the product. Okay, we want to make sure that you understand that for us, your satisfaction is one of the most important points for us as a team. So, all in all, if you had just to take a picture, which you can, of this screen, Fragrance Library has a lot of value to add to your e-commerce, but we like to summarize it on 4 points. Okay, we could summarize it in 25, but no one will remember, so we did it simpler. So what you have to retain is that Fragrance Library helps you boost your conversion. It's made to provide you with a seamless integration. It enhances your product pages by creating a premium user experience. Okay, consumers see the same layout, the same language all around the website, and standardized language. We're speaking ingredients, we're speaking product, we are not only speaking about price and discounts, which is extremely important. I appreciate that you've been listening. So I've seen a couple of questions popping up at the beginning, and then I see some more now. So please just take, like the time you need now to write down any questions you may have. If not, in any case, we can always then take them separately, and as we will have your contact, we can answer them to you. But I will say, Alej, which is here supporting me with the question part, if you could please read them out for me, it will be really, really helpful, and I will do my best to answer all of them.
Many thanks, Jose Maria. We have received a lot of questions during the presentation, so I suppose that the topic was interesting. We will try to categorize and cover all of them. First, we will start with the integration ones, okay? Mario asked, with which technologies is compatible Fragrance Library?
As you've seen here, it's compatible with Shopify, so you can download our application from there. Super straightforward, and also with any web you can imagine. The benefits of the widget technology is that it's done in a way that think about it like a satellite that you can plug into your website. So that gives us a lot of freedom, not only being super easy to integrate, but also being adaptable to any kind of platform.
Great. Then Sabine said, thanks, Pepe, for the presentation. It's really interesting. You mentioned that in theory, the Fragrance Library don't replace my product page, but could you explain in more detail how it is integrated?
I love it because you've seen that I've made a lot of focus on explaining, but it's a really good question, right? So thank you so much, because that means that even though we explain it, it needs a reinforcement. So thank you for this. So as I said, extremely important, see that Fragrance Library as an enhancement and as a tool to bring more information to the product page within your website. Okay, you've built your website, you've been taking care about it, look and feel, tone of voice, and all those elements that we know that are important to you. We would never dare replacing those. Okay, it's super important. See, you have your website. It's elements that you are adding on the product page. You decide where they go, based on your structure. You decide how many of them you integrate. As I said, you can integrate 1, 2, 3, or all of them. Okay, it's not all or nothing, but it's really important. It's not replacing. It's enhancing. Some customers say, "Oh, listen, but I have a picture that I spent so much money on it, and I love them because it's a picture of a bottle with ingredients next to it." Absolutely fine. You can keep that picture and you can add hours if you want to, or just keep that one and add, for example, the codification. Okay, it's not a set, a structure or template. That's super important. So you can just add information as you wish for the
Great.
features.
In that line, Said said also, okay, I understand then that if I want to maintain my description, I can do it, no?
Absolutely. So you can keep everything you have and add things, or if you wish, you can replace, but it's not mandatory. Okay. If you have descriptions that are the tone of voice of your consumers, which you know better than we do, of course you can leave it. And then just maybe add the olfactive family and add the qualification or add another description, on below it. But it's never replacing any element that you don't want to.
Great, Jose Maria, very clear. Then Giorgio asked, with which frequency is updated my catalog?
So the catalog, we have an automated system, which basically means that you will be uploading your catalog into a TPS, like a website or even Shopify platform. And then what you will have to do is ensure that the catalog that is in there is the latest one. Okay, you have new launches. Okay, you just boom, upload it there, and we do the matching on the background. Okay, we need connectivity. The only thing we need is connectivity to your system to understand which catalog is. And by connectivity, it doesn't mean that we have to connect per se, but we need to have access to the information of your catalog. Without it, we cannot update it, as you can imagine. But if dropping the file into a platform, it works. You can drop it there. We will take it from there and then do the matching and provide you the information for the fragment library. Again, here, Giorgio, we're really open. At the end, what we want is to make sure that you can integrate your products with the fragrance library. So if by any means there was any kind of platform or different templates or so on that you have, we're always open to check and see what's the best option for you.
Perfect, Jose Maria. Then Laura asked, which is the specific files or information that you need for integrating my catalog with Fragrance Library?
Laura, if you only had to remember one, is the most important one is that we need the catalog fit. We need to know which products you have. Okay, because what we would do is we'll take your file, imagine, you send us a file which contains 9,000 products. What we will do is we will take that file, we will cross it with our database, okay, and best case scenario, we have all of those, which I'm pretty sure we will. But let's say that for the sake of the explanation, you send us 9,000 and we only have in our platform 8,900. Okay, what we will do is those 8,900 will be ready for you to take the information from the fragrance library, and we would then take the other 100 that we did not have in our database, and we will do the EN matching. Okay, this process it can vary because we have different paths that we can follow. One of them, it will be just a matter of matching. It's products that we have in the database but are not matched, so it will take, let's say, for the sake of the argument, so the teams don't kill me, let's give them a week. But then we have another option, which would be that you have products that are only within your store, your own products. And then what we do there is we will take those products, we will send them to a third party that we collaborate with to make sure that we have all the information on point. We'll send it to them, and then they will code this information. We will then put and create the codifications, and then we will send them back to the database, and we will notify saying, Laura, those 100 products that were missing are ready for you to have in the database. That last explanation that I given, it takes longer because, as you can imagine, are products that are yours that we do not have. We would potentially ask you some information, okay, but it takes a little bit longer. You know, I will say that the lead times that we are working with now, it's between 2 and 3 weeks to make sure that we have everything on point. Which, if you ask me, for the quality of information you have, 2 weeks is nothing, providing you will get qualification, so you will be able to see your own products, classify, but also proportions of the ingredients, pack shots, and so on. I can tell you it will be worth the wait if that was the case. But as I said, it's really rare. Most of the cases, you send us the catalog feed, as I said, in an Excel file or a CSV file. We do this matching, and most of the cases we have a real high matching rate.
Really helpful, Jose Maria. Then Marta asked, can the fragrance library be customized with my logo, identity?
Yeah, Marta, remember, Fragrance Library is a product or a solution to help you enhance your product pages. Your logo will stay where it is. So we don't do anything about look and feel and tone of voice. Okay? It's just information. It's extra information for your product pages. The website will still have the look and feel of the one you have, I'm sure, beautifully created. So your logo stays, your typography stays, your tone of voice stays, always.
Great. And also Anthony asked, in which languages is available the solution?
We have like the solution top of my head because we keep on adding languages now, but we have seven languages, and I know that there are plenty of them on the pipeline. And also, in any case, if we were to go to a market that by any chance we don't have the language, then we would prioritize that one to make sure you have the information on your consumer's language. But again, you don't have to worry about it because we have the main ones, and then when it gets too specific, we work to make sure that we have them on point as soon as possible.
Perfect, Jose Maria. Then Yakin asked, you, Jose Maria, mentioned that you have a database of more than 28,000 products or references. How is it built and is it accessible?
I said 28,000, and I'm sure that if marketing heard me, they will kill me because I think it's almost like 29,000 now. Because just so you are aware of, that database is not static. It's a live database that we keep on increasing with information that we gather from the market, but also with information that we get from consumers that have specific products that we enter in a database. Is the database accessible? The database, you will get access to the products that you have, meaning if you have 9,000 products, then you will have access to the database of those 9,000 products. Okay, it's the way it works. And as I said, it keeps growing by the day.
All right. We are arriving to the end of the session. We have just less than 5 minutes, so we will cover 2 or 3 more questions. Talking about the technical implementation, here Laura asked, what supports gives ScentXP during the implementation, and which is the average time for the implementation?
I love this question because I will give you a maybe, which is something that if someone gave me, I will hate. So when I say maybe in terms of the time, it really depends on the skills of the person on the other side. Okay. In terms of Shopify, I think it's quite straightforward. Okay, the steps are clear for steps. You can always get stuck somewhere, but as you're also asking, what kind of support is that we will be. Office hours in this case, we will be providing you any support via email or to an extension phone if need be. So you won't have an issue. In terms of implementation times on the widget, again, when I speak to the technical teams, they say that it's really, really easy, but it's also it's coding, so it really depends who's the receiver and how let's say good or like used to this type of code they are. But all in all, you know, when we talk about integration, I will say that maximum it will take you 1 week, meaning with interactions in the middle, not that you will be 1 week working to integrate it. The fastest one we had, it was one of our customers that they integrated in less than a day. Okay, so it gives you a clear perspective on how this can vary. But in any case, we'll be there for you. Okay, I don't know how to integrate. I got stuck. What do I do next? Although the steps are really clear, or we believe that are really clear from what we've been seeing, because we had this ongoing, and so far customers have not had any issues. But if you were to have, don't worry, we're there for you. It's just we are, the fastest one is one email away. Just sharing your concern or where you got stuck, and we'll answer and find a solution.
Perfect. Jose Maria, Elena asked, can it be possible to try the tool before implementing the full version?
I don't know if you, I'm sure you have not seen the presentation, but basically, what we have is we offer for the attendees to this seminar a limited time offer where you can download this solution and you will get 14 days free trial where you can see all the power of Fragrance Library. So yes, you can try it for a limited time, free of charge in this case, and then after that period, it will be based on a contract. But we feel so confident about it that we're not worried about people just trialing 14 days because of all the customers that did the trial, all of them stayed because then they've seen the power. And once you make your website as enhanced and as premium as you do with Fragrance Library, it's really, really, really difficult to go back where you were. So yeah.
Perfect, Jose Maria. So the last two questions and we will finish the webinar. Eric asked, what kind of metrics can I understand and know about my business with Fragrance Library?
So it's a really good question because sometimes we oversee a little bit data, and I appreciate that it's a extremely important part on our day-to-day business. Actually, I haven't explained anything about myself, but I'm in sales, but I've been in data for a long time, so I know how important it is. So, Erica, basically, imagine that you can gather exactly everything that is happening within your website. Uh, how many users clicked on a specific button? If they go to a fragrance and they change to another one, I can see this. What are the most preferred ingredients of the consumers that are navigating? What are the most preferred olfactive families? Which brands are the ones that are most chosen? And this you will get to see in a snapshot in a small dashboard that we have for you to see how products are performing and how people is interacting with the fragrance library within your website, of course. And really
Perfect, Jose
important.
Maria.
Sorry, Alex, to interrupt you, but really important because I always forget because it's given to me. Real-time data. It's not like you buy a panel, you have to wait 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 6 weeks. It's real-time data. You can see tomorrow what happened yesterday. And that's really important because in key periods, Mother's Day, Father's Day, Valentine's, Singles Day, having the information on point real time is what allows you to make decisions at that precise moment. So you can change a campaign, you can change a banner. Imagine, I like to put examples so people get it. You can see, for example, thanks to Fragrance Library, that most of your consumers are looking for vanilla because they are keep on clicking in vanilla products with vanilla. So maybe in your next Father's Day campaign or Mother's Day campaign, instead of having a random beautiful product in your main banner, you would put a vanilla product because you know that it's what your consumers are looking for.
Perfect, Jose Maria. And the last but not less important comes from Lucia. Lucia asked, which is the pricing model? Because you haven't explained it, Jose Maria. Can you tell a bit of detail, please?
Yes, so we have different plans in terms of pricing depending on the features you want to have. Okay, I will invite you to visit our website so you will get more details about it. But basically, depending on the features you want to get, you start from a basic price plan, and then the more features you want to enhance your product page with, the higher the rate, as you will expect.
Perfect, Jose Maria. So for the Q&A, we have finished. So just I think it's perfect for on timing. We are on time. So Thanks for your explanation and the presentation. Really interesting. A lot of people is interested and is questioning about it.
Thank you very much all for being there. I appreciate that sometimes is a topic that it's a bit outside of our day to day. But again, you will be able to see this recording later on if you want to just refresh the information we've gone through. But also, if you have any doubts, no matter what, there's no silly question. We are super used on having lots of questions, so don't worry about it. Contact here at contact@scentxp.com and we will answer you in no more than 24, 48 hours. You will get the answer, which we believe will solve all your doubts. And again, as I said at the beginning, this is the first of a new saga of ScentXP webinars. So stay tuned because there's a lot of really interesting information coming your way on the coming weeks. So thank you very much for having me, for listening to what I had to say. And again, we are here to create a revolution. I sometimes try to say words that I don't know how to say, but we are here to create a revolution on how consumers purchase fragrances online. So make sure you jump in the car and you don't stay out missing on this great opportunity. Thank you very much all and have an amazing afternoon.